Is Attack on Titan even that good? Question mark? Hello, motherfuckers. Welcome back to my motherfucking channel. Now, today I want to raise a question, a serious question, okay? This is not for fun, okay? I really want to know. So I'm asking you right now, do you think Attack on Titan is good? Do you think it's great? Do you think what people say about it is true? Whether that be bad or good. I want to know what you guys think before I get into this. Okay? Now, the short answer is yes. Attack on Titan is good. But the long answer, walk with me. For a long time, from the mid 2000s to the early 2013s, there wasn't really no animes making waves. I mean, of course, you had your One Pieces, your Bleach, Naruto's, Fairy Tales, even. But there was no new anime that was just like catching everybody's attention. And nowadays it feels like there's an anime every other week that people are just gagging, gassing, just in love with, okay? Now, people needed something. And I say that about the West. Of course, there's a whole culture of just anime in Japan. But in the West, there really wasn't nothing new that we were gagging over. And now I know there's like opinions. The West is ruining animes. Oh my god. I get it, you know, but there are people in America that just love anime, okay, respect it. I'm one of those people, okay? And along comes 2013. Of course, the manga started, I believe, in like 2009 or something like that. But the anime itself came out in 2013, the first season. And instantly, people loved it. You know, it grew a cult following from the storytelling, from the beautiful animations to the music. We're going to get more into that later in the video. The first season was just so dope and just packed so much. And it was so different from anything that was out. Of course, there was new animes debuting. I'm not saying that, but this one was different, okay? It just really hit you, okay? And when the first season ended, people were left wanting more. It made you feel emotion, okay? Like, that's a good thing, okay? It made you feel sad. It made you feel all kinds of emotions. Some people, you know, not everybody feels the same. But that's a good thing. When a show, a song, a book, anything of the sorts makes you feel a certain way, that is a good thing. That means thought and care was put into whatever you're intaking. It's beautiful, okay? So I understood the cult following of Attack on Titan, especially when it first came out. You had an interesting story, captivating moments, unanswered questions that just scratch the need to be answered. And that's really what Attack on Titan was in its first couple years. So of course, that cult following and even casuals, as myself, I was a casual, were hyped for season 2. Okay? But I want to talk about why people disliked it. Or dislike it. I just want to talk. Now, I'm pulling two main points that I see when Attack on Titan is being talked about, whether it's liked or disliked. The first point is the rushed ending. People feel like the ending was rushed. And I'm going to talk about that later, like towards the end of the video. And the other point is there's too much dialogue, okay? Now, I may be biased, okay? When it comes to dialogue, I am a One Piece stan. Oh my god. One Piece is one of those animes where people love to shit on the pacing, the dialogue, all that stuff. But I'm here to tell you, okay? Dialogue gets you to where the story needs to go. You know, it's an investment, okay? I feel like dialogue is important, whether it is long or not. But I can agree. the critique of too much dialogue, that was my critique when I was watching Attack on Titan, because I watched Attack on Titan before I watched One Piece, so I wasn't even aware. Okay, but my next topic made up for that long dialogue. Okay, and that is the hype moments. In all animes, there's hype moments. Okay, and there's people that specifically only watch things for the hype moments. I understand you, okay? But it's just like, to get to those hype moments and to understand those hype moments, the dialogue is important, okay? Okay? Now, I just want to name off a few hype moments, because remember, the question is Attack on Titan good? Reina and Bertolt's confession to being the Armor Titan and the Colossal Titan, amazing. I think that was put together so well. And when I first seen it, I was so, like, just blown away, okay? Like, great storytelling. Aaron's dad killing the founder, very surprising. Aaron's dad, to me, was he was in a gray area for me. Like, he was just very shady, you know? But yeah. Aaron's mom being eaten in the first episode, okay? That is a hype moment. Whether you think so or not, it is sad and it is, like, kind of fucked up. And the foreshadowing of that moment is just, it's sick. There's a deeper meaning to that moment. It's really sick, but it is a hype moment. Levi, okay? Anytime this man is on the screen, it is a hype moment, okay? He's the coolest character ever. Well, I wouldn't say ever, but in Attack on Titan, he's the coolest fucking character. The Beast Titan intro, that had me shook. Okay, that's why I wanted to rewatch it, just because of the Beast Titan. I just think those moments were just so solidifyingly great. Okay. There was just so, in my opinion, the hype moments made up for the drawn out dialogue. But again, I think that dialogue is important. So I think the dialogue was good and the hype moments were great, okay? So I forgot to say it here, but the moment where Mikasa chops off Aaron's dome piece is absolutely stunning. Stunning visuals. And once again, the emotion behind that was just, it's next level. So it just made that hype moment even more hype because of the sad and bittersweet emotions, you know? Not to mention these hype moments, even when they're not doing anything hype, okay, the background music, the score, I think it's called the score of this anime is astounding, okay? Whoever, was it Mappa? One of the anime productions, they were new on the block, okay? Like, they really didn't release anything. Attack on Titan was really their first baby. They went all in, okay? The people that produced the music, produced the anime itself, it's sickening. It's a very cinematically beautiful piece of art, okay? Not to mention the intros, okay? I know intros really don't make or break an anime, but the background music and the scores and stuff for the anime definitely add to that just overall love of the anime. But the intros themselves, oh my god. What, like, sometimes I really feel like that guy. Because I would listen to them in headphones from Apple Music. Oh, I don't care. It's a bop. It's a banger. It's a banger. It just, altogether, putting all those things together made for an arousing watch, okay? Let's keep going. Now I want to talk about the characters, okay? First, I need to give you a history. First, I watched Attack on Titan. I think I watched the first season 2017. It was a long time ago. But it came out in 2013. I was just late to the game, okay? And then I was watching it as it was coming out. So I kind of fell off, or it fell out of love with what I thought at first. But when I first watched it, I had no connections to these characters. Like, I didn't feel anything for these characters. When it came down to the end of story, I didn't feel anything for them. And I was just like, oh, interesting. But I recently just rewatched Attack on Titan all the way through, didn't have to wait, you know. And that is why I'm making this video, okay? Because when it came to the end of story this time, I cried like a fat baby. Like, I was upset. It's just like, why did it have to end that way? You know, I had no favorite characters when I first watched it. Outside of Levi, I loved Levi, and I still do to this day. But my favorite side character is Jean. I love him so much. Character design, peak. He's gorgeous. Okay, let's just keep it real. He's real as fuck. Okay, you know, he may not be as skilled as Mikasa and Levi, but he has his moments. Okay, and I will protect him with my life. Remember that. I have no issues with how the characters were written, okay? I think they were all written pretty decently. I don't think anybody had like an extraordinary written character outside of Eren. Eren's character was very well written in my opinion. I think the thing was I was waiting a year to watch the next season. I think it was even 2 years at one point. And I just lost it. I just lost the pure love I had for it. Now we're going to get into the ending of Attack on Titan, okay? Now people critiqued it because it felt rushed. They think it felt rushed. And on the outside, yeah, I guess. Because that's kind of what my thoughts were when I first watched it. Again, it was just that long waiting period for me, I think. But everything was fully explained, and I think it was explained well. Outside of this thing, what the fuck even is that? What? I didn't mean to yell. But what? It confused me the first watch, and I'm still confused after the second watch. She just so happened to fall in water that was inside of a tree, and it attached itself to her and she became a Titan. That's my biggest like thing about Attack on Titan. But at the end of the day, I don't think it took away from the story itself. But like, where did it come from? Was it I don't know if it was manifested. Maybe I missed something again. Was it manifested? Was like I don't know.
So according to Wikipedia, it is the life of the matter of all life? Question mark? It's still confusing. I don't care.
But all in all, I will say from 2010 to 2020, that was the best anime that was released in that decade. Story-wise, yes, I really truly think that. But when it comes to greatest of all time, that's a whole different story, of course. But for that generation and for what it was and for when it was dropped, I think Attack on Titan takes the cake. Period. So to answer the question, my personal opinion, yes, Attack on Titan is good. But not only is it good, it's great. I think it is a fantastic watch, especially if you want to get somebody to start an anime. It's shorter. It's packed with just good vibes. But it's, people die and turn into monsters. It's still a good vibe, Especially when people aren't in your ear saying otherwise. It's a very good watch. Great captivating story, strong plot points, unexplained elements that were just unexpected, and it all makes for a 10 out of 10. I wouldn't say the anime itself is 10 out of 10, even the story would be 10 out of 10, but it is a very, very strong, compelling story, okay? And I can see why it's in people's top 3s, top 5s, top 10s, or even their favorite animes. I wouldn't knock you. I want to know your favorite character from Attack on Titan. That's a very interesting question to me, just because I feel like your favorite character says a lot about you. or whatever. And I want to know how you feel on Attack on Titan, the ending. I want to know how you feel about the plot. I just want to know, because I would love to have more discourse about Attack on Titan, and I would love to look to the comments to see what everybody else is thinking. These are just my thoughts, okay? But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. This is my anime channel. I'm going to be talking about a lot more animes here. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye, motherfuckers.